Hi, I'm Paige from PaigeeDraw, and today we are going to learn how to draw
Now
a
we're
boy.
going to start fine lining, and I'm going to start with the eyes. And when you're first going through the fine lining, don't put too much detail into the lines, because I find once you erase it, sometimes the fine liner rubs off, so you have to go over it just a little bit. So don't go into intense detail first time. And fine lining hair sometimes is difficult. I draw lots of lines, so sometimes I don't know which ones should be there and which ones shouldn't. But the key is to just put the least amount of lines as you can, because you can always add them once you erase the pencil. You just don't want it to look really crowded once it is done. Okay, and then right when you're done that, you have to fine line the clothes. So just fine lining the clothes. And when you're fine lining clothes, make sure you do the top layers before you do the bottom layers, because you want to make sure that the layer over it is indeed over it, rather than accidentally putting the layer under it above. Sometimes that happens. So once I fine lined the vest, I can now fine line the shirt. And when you're fine lining, it is much easier to do details. So if you want to add any just small details into your clothing, or like just in the clothing, you can just add that while you're fine lining. Because when you do details in the sketch part, it's kind of pointless, because then you have to go over it again and they just smudge all the time. So I find it's best to do details while you are fine lining, as long as you know what you're doing. Just going to add a few more details. So your clothes look a lot better afterwards if you add little details like the seams and stitches, all that kind of thing. And now I'm just going to finish lining this last bit. And now I have to wait for it to dry before I can erase. So the fine liner ink just dried, so I can start erasing. And you just want to make sure you get every little pencil mark. Because once you start coloring, especially if you color with, say, my Copic markers, then it'll start smudging if you have any pencil on there. It happens to me a lot. I've had it where I've drawn something really awesome, and then I start coloring the face, and then the pencil was hiding somewhere, and it smudges all over the place. So you just want to make sure you get all of the pencil marks off. And once the pencil marks are off, you can do touch-ups on the fine lining. It's not necessary, but it makes the drawing a lot nicer. So I'm going to start on that now. So at least try to touch up the area around the face, because if you have thicker lines and just make it a lot more interesting around the face, people are more drawn to that picture. And also you can fix any mistakes you made. I'm just going to add thicker lines near the hair so it looks more layered, which is good because then it just draws more interest to the face. And make sure you give different thicknesses to the hair. Like, don't always do the same size line, because so it's good to have different size lines because it looks more layered, so there's more texture in the hair. And when I'm fine lining, I mostly use a 0.2 Copic multi-liner, and I used to use smaller ones, but I find that 0.2 is it's a really good pen that you can just put the thin layer under it and then just layer over. So I find that it's good. So you should be able to tell right now that the fine lining, like, you're much more drawn to the face now that the fine lining has thicker and thinner lines. So that is why it's good to put the effort in to do different size lines. I'm just going to do a couple more detail in the clothes, and then the fine lining will be done. And we're done fine lining the boy. Now we're going to wait for the fine lining to dry before we start coloring. And at this point, look over your drawing to see if there's any other pencil marks. And make sure you brush the eraser dust off of your paper, because you don't want anything to get on your markers when you're coloring.
Thanks for watching my video on how to fine line a boy. If you want to watch more of my videos, please check out my online store. You can find it at shop.PaigeeDraw.com.